Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Ripster Daily Trade Recaps, Daily Teachings. Anything we discuss is just for educational purpose, nothing is financial advice. Alright guys, an amazing day, amazing earning place today. Lot to learn today, but I'm going to go fast through all the recaps. The main thing to learn today is that there was a profit taking in a semiconductor sector at the open, and we nailed it. And there was strength in the earning place, software names, cybersecurity names, and we nailed it. Everything that I teach, everything we implemented today, and traders just killed it today in the community. In the morning alone, we were only 12% traders read in the community. We only had 12% traders read. And so if anybody new, I'm not going to take too much time for the recap. I have been teaching my concept, day trading, swing trading, investing for over 8-9 years. I teach freely, free of cost on YouTube, ripstereducation.com. We also run one of the largest online trading community, which thousands of members, a lot of free tools, breaking news, thousands of traders on the floor. I'm live there, live voice guidance, live screen share guidance. We make a plan. We have the best trading game plan in the entire stock market that we make. I also tweeted it free today for the members, for my followers. So whatever setups I'm going to show you is based upon that. So if you're watching my video, learn how we trade these setups. First of all, you need to know Ripster Cloud System. If you're a swing trader, you should refer to our second company, which is our Tanner Research app, which has the hottest swing trading names in the market that we swing. And we'll talk about a little bit of our swing trade setups as well. But let's start with a recap today, how we nailed everything. Let's start. So let's start with the first one. The first one we're going to talk about is CrowdStrike. So yesterday after hours, CrowdStrike reported earnings. So let's take a look. Pay attention to our what was our pre-market planning. So let's take a look. So CrowdStrike, our pre-market planning was, here you go. I always highlight the trades which I like as a red, and then whatever I like and what I'm trading, or if I'm not trading, I guide my traders through those setups live, unlike anything you will see anywhere. CrowdStrike 204 was a level, 208 was another resistance level. The levels were clean. I told the traders levels are clean. Bullish bias to long versus 204 and push over 208. Pay special attention. Bullish bias to long versus 204 over push over 208. So let's see what CrowdStrike did in the morning and how did we trade it. Let's go to 10-minute chart. We always trade 10-minute charts. So you need to analyze your pre-market levels. I always teach that you need to know how your pre-market is looking. Your pre-market has this level, that's a pre-market high, and there's also this level right here, which is a breakout level. Remember I mentioned 204. So as long as this level holds, you can long it, but for the trend you need to see the breakout of these levels, 205, 206, 208, right? So this was our setup, clean setup, beautiful setup. As long as the market open, I told the traders long versus 204. Remember the 204 plan I gave in the pre-market planning. This entire planning, I was tweeted it, it's timestamped right on our trading floor. So I told the traders to long right away, take a long 931, put your stops at 204. Even if you're talking long 209, that's your that's your $5 risk. And the target I gave was 220. We hit our target. You can see here, target 220. We hit that 220 target in like 30 minutes. Next target I gave was 225. We did pull back, and if you missed the morning longs, I told the traders to buy the pullback. You see this area, you start buying on this pullback, and you can risk this area right here. This is our final stops 213, because the previous resistance becomes a new support, and you can see my entries here. This was our yesterday also. I guided the traders from 194. We traded big winner yesterday as well, huge winner. Today was great for portfolio. So this morning you can see I also added at 212, I added at 216.31, and also we took it all the way to 225, and then we had midday setup. This is called our midday 512 curl setup. We do exit it if it breaks this 512, but more than clouds, you need to know the support. What is the candle doing? Holding. That means even if it's breaking the cloud, you hold it, and this is your 512 curls. You add back in this and you take it back to 229 there. So that was our CrowdStrike, beautiful trade. Just like the pre-market planning I gave, I told the traders to leave 20% of position for rest of the day, and from that 210, 25, 212 long, literally traded, risk $1,000 and turn it into $3,000, $4,000. That's how you find consistent winners. You need to hold your winner all day long. This was the morning setup. This was a pullback setup. This right here was the 512 curl setup. no hindsight, no BS. Also showing you my trades there as well. Let's go to the next one. All right, so next level is a CRM. So again, CRM, top and earning play. You have to prepare. We prepare in the pre-market. If you do not prepare, then it's not going to work. You can't rub your eyes, wake up, and look for somebody to give you alert. Yes, I guide step by step. Nobody guides like how we do in the community, but it's not about that. I don't create sheep. I create leaders, lifelong successful traders. So that's what we do. So anyways, let's take a look here. CRM 225, 220 support, 230 was the target. So revenue in line guides, but we had a bullish bias versus our 3450 clouds. If you want to learn more about Ripster clouds, go to ripstereducation.com. You can watch the previous YouTube videos, my interviews or webinars, or you can also join the community and go through our 30 plus webinars and PowerPoints. So anyways, the bullish bias versus 3450 calls over 230. Pay special attention. No go under 225. You got to be ready for this setup. As soon as I see this pushing over Ripster 3450 cloud, I know this is a long. Right away I tell the traders long versus 228, long at 231. You have a $3 risk. Boom. You make $20 per share profit. If on 100 shares you're risking 200, you're making $2,000. On 1,000 shares you're risking 2,000. You are making 15 to 20 grand. That's how you do it. But anyways, let me show you step by step. I gave the stops at 228 live here. Look at the timestamp. I gave the breakout of 236. You can see that how the breakout of 236 happened, and then the target I gave was 240. We hit our 240 target pretty soon. We logged some there, then we logged for 245. We logged a half of our position. We hit 250 target, and then we exited when it brought back under this 512 clouds. Then what happened? Then happened Ripster 512 curls. This is called Ripster 512 curls. My rule is that when I teach is when we break the 512 clouds and it reclaims, it's even more bullish. It is even more bullish. Pay special attention. This is a repeatable system. You will never learn things like this anywhere else on X, on YouTube. Nobody will teach you. That's why our community is so successful. Every day traders are improving, green. So you need to learn these setups, and you don't have to pay me for anything. You want to join the community? Yes, go ahead, no problem. But learn this. As long as I can change one person from a losing to a consistent trader, that's enough for me. So let's take a look here. CRM. So what happened? I showed you the morning long. Morning long was 9:30 right there. Then I showed you this is the 512 call. I just showed you that screenshot. So this is the 512 calls, even more bullish. 512 calls. Look at this candle. Look at this candle. You get back long in. Your stops low of this. You take it back. This is a repeatable midday 512 call setups. So gap and go midday call setups. That's how you trade. Trade it for life again and again and again and again. Not once, but many times. All right, so next one we're going to look at is VEEV. So let's take a look what was VEEV. Let's take a look at VEEV. So VEEV was also long again. So the thing was, guys, you need to have a market analysis. I'm looking at the whole of the market. I have all this, I'm all over my eyes. I'm looking at what sectors are strong. We also have our Tanner research, which tells us where the money is flowing. You could see that the strongest sector was cybersecurity. Crypto was right behind. Crypto was a long breakout. I'm not going to cover that in today's recap. Software was strong, but cybersecurity was strong. So, and the data center and photonics was dumping. You could see that a lot of those other names were down. The dividend names were down. The rotation, sometimes they buy dividend names, sometimes they buy AI names. But the point is today was all about software. So another one, VEEV. As soon as I see that, I tell the trader it's also a long. Here's the game plan, pre-market plan. Avoid under 262, break out over pre-market highs, neutral to bullish bias. And as it broke out there, it was a long. Your stops at 268. I also told the traders long, 934 timestamps. Target I gave was 295. We hit 296 and then we pulled back. Then we exited. Beautiful trade, all over 15 to 16 per share profit, risking $5. Risk versus reward. You need to know how much you are risking and what is your reward. If you lose 500 in every trade, means you're making 1,500, 2,000, 3,000 in those trades. That's how you grow your small account. So let's go to the next one here. All right, let's go to talk about Micron. So Micron was a short at the open. It was gapped up on NVIDIA earnings. Everything was gapping up. But our system is so good. Our system is so good. We know right away are we going to long it or not. So you see that's why my room was only 12% red, because most of my traders know where the longs are. They were actually short Micron, they were actually short SNDK. You can see that I told at the open, Micron all profit taking gap and crap, and I told when it fills the gap you cover your short. So we covered your short there, and then Micron, we were covering a short as MTF magnet hit. We tried to add a swing earlier, that didn't work, but this is when the double bottom at the MTF cloud. Morning short, this is where the calls came in, and I sent some alerts as well. Then we also added it in our Tenet research portfolio, as our research investing app. So I told the traders to add Micron 914, versus low of the day risk, and boom, Micron. This is called Ripster 512 call. Right from the 512 call, ripped into 936. We sold some in 30% of position at 936, still holding our long-term and swing position. Live trading, no BS, no hindsight. Teaching my traders the system, MTF Cloud, the cheat code, and this was a Ripster 512 call. You can see I sent bunch of alerts in the community as well. This was the alert when Micron was crossing that 512 calls. My traders get long there, and I told them it's a MTF bounce. So morning gap and crap, as well on Micron, and same thing for SNDK, morning gap and crap. SNDK told the traders to short that MTF Cloud short, pre-market guidance on SNDK as well. Number 2 play, gap and crap under 1540. You followed the plan, you made money on SNDK. So SNDK was beautiful. Let's look at our next play here. So next play we're going to quickly look is let's look at OKTA. So what was OKTA doing? Pay special attention to my pre-market planning. I tweeted it out for my free followers as well. So let's take a look. So OKTA, the plan was simple: careful under 157, long over 160. So what did OKTA do? Look at it. Look at that OKTA. Where did it bounce from? Right from that 157 area. So you longs anywhere here, your risk is 157 on OKTA, right? Long, I told the traders long, use 157. It went from 150.60 to 170, pulled back to 162, went to 174. So 2 successful long trades. I said 170 is the breakout, and once we got the 170 breakout, OKTA ran all day. No BS, no hindsight. Nobody does like how we do it. You can see my clear cut guidance there. Learn these setups, and day like today you don't really need to trade rest of the week. That's how it was. All right, let's look at next setup here. Next setup we're going to look at is our NVDA. So NVDA, it was really choppy. It's just such a humongous float, so we were doing so good in other setup software, we didn't really need to trade NVDA. But anyways, the plan was simple: long over 3450 clouds, over 223. These are the stop levels: 219, 221, 217. It does not hold 220, then be careful. So what happened? So as it started to push, I told the traders to use 221 level to long at the open, but it was so choppy. It pulled back. It held our 221 level. I told the traders to use that 221 stops at 940, and if you use the 221 stops, you did get $6, $7, $8 by the end of the day. Once we had this midday breakout, so that was good as well. Here's your lifetime guidance. This level was important. Understand the levels. Today was one of the cleanest gap and go day, guys. Always remember this. This is always a beautiful setup here. Let's look at some other setup. We had some more running plays as well. More running plays. Let's take a look. DLTR was our earning call. I mentioned it on the voice. DLTR was trade versus 125, short under it. So once it pushed over 125, it became a long call from 125 all the way to 131 MTF magnet. You see there's so many winning trades here. You don't really need to do much there. So let's look at some other setups here. Let's look at some of our swing winners. Our CBRS was our swing winner. Our portfolio hit a new high today on we hit 194% in the 4 months of launching it on the short term. Long term is 40-50%, but short term is where we get the aggressive growth. And CBRS yesterday we added, I told the traders to add CBRS yesterday and as well, and we also added today. And because once CBRS was pushing, we added it, pushed to 190. We sold in the morning, got back in. This was a 512 call. So that was our CBRS swing winner. Micron, I already discussed about it. So very good day for our long-term swing trade portfolio. Some of the long-term positions are down, like some of those, but our Micron is doing good. So overall, pretty good day. We will be doing a separate webinar on swing trading. If you're interested in investor, go to our Tanner Research, study about all the education I provide for the investors, how to be the market master, be the master of the markets and investing. So we cover all that there. All right, guys, thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.